Kia ora, a real mixed bag of weather this week. We continue with that trend of unstable westerly winds for the first couple of days. Higher pressure builds across the North Island for Wednesday and Thursday. And by the end of the week, we keep an eye for the Tasman Sea for another area of low pressure developing with the potential to bring us some wetter and windier weather once again. For this afternoon, though, for Monday, we are still looking at some stronger winds and heavier rainfall, especially across these inland parts of Canterbury for the winds, and this wetter weather on these western-facing coast of the South Island. For the North Island, I think we'll find it starts off dry but turns cloudier as we head through the afternoon across the western side of the island, with some patchy rain arriving in places like Auckland as we head through the evening and more especially overnight. Now, those areas with the strongest winds this afternoon be the Canterbury High Country, also crossing towards Wellington and the Wairarapa. There is a strong wind watch out for you. That runs right the way through to about 10 p.m. Tonight on Monday for the Canterbury High Country, and 1 a.m. on Tuesday for those areas in Wellington and Wairarapa. Head along to the Met Service website for the latest information on those. We've also got some heavy rain watches down through parts of Fiordland and up in towards the headwaters of Canterbury and Otago, and also the ranges of Westland, with those watches running through to the afternoon or even the evening time. Again, head along to the Met Service website for all the latest information, the updates and the forecasts, and those watches and warnings. As we head through the night time tonight, what we will find though is that this wet weather continues to move northwards, some cloudier skies across those western parts of both islands, and some showers, mainly with these features as they run through. So you can see, by the time we head through towards the early hours of morning tomorrow for Tuesday, most of that wet weather and those showers have cleared away from the likes of, say, Auckland. We left though with a fair bit of cloud and some showers there. Drier and clearer down the eastern side of both islands, but still with more showers around those more western parts of the South Island as well, and some of those can be fairly sharp at times. And we are going to find the return of some snowfall, some cold air back with us, so some snow over the tops of, say, the Milford Road and up in towards the Crown Range Road as well. So we have got a road snowfall warning out for those areas, with the heaviest snowfall above about 700 metres for the Milford Road, and that's going to be sticking with us through in towards Tuesday as well, those showers staying with us as well. We've also got a road snowfall warning out for the Lindis Pass, and that really starts on Tuesday afternoon with those cold air and showers. Now let's have a look at how things pan out as we go through into Tuesday itself. It starts off fairly cool down on the South Island, 3s and 4s down through parts of Southland and Otago. The North Island though still very much firmly in double figures for many of us. As we go through the daytime, you can see still that east-west split. Some fairly sharp showers making their way up the country, perhaps even some thunderstorms around those western-facing coasts of the South Island. And as this next band swings through parts of Otago and Canterbury in the afternoon, some of those could be fairly heavy, perhaps with the odd rumble of thunder there, especially those areas south of Christchurch and Banks Peninsula and those southern areas of Canterbury. You can see, though, these showers are pushing their way northwards, a pretty good strong southwest change with that as well. Most likely to stay just at the other side of, say, Wellington and Wairarapa as we head through the night time, but may just clip those far southern parts of the North Island as we head through the night. Now let's have a look a little bit closer across the North Island. You can see we'll find more cloud from Northland down towards the Carpenter Coast. Still some showers through there, particularly through places like Waikato, Waitomo, but we will find those showers become more isolated as we head through the afternoon through parts of Whanganui and Manawatu. Up towards, say, Auckland, any early showers should clear off. Most of the day, I think, will stay dry, but as we head in towards the evening, we might find a few more showers through there. A fairly similar story for the likes of, say, Wellington, where we might find a bit of early morning showery activity. That clears off before dawn, then mostly fine and dry. A bit more cloud later on, just watching out for that southwesterly change as we head through to the end of the day. For the driest and brightest weather, head towards this eastern coast, plenty of clear sky there, and I think just a mixture of sunshine and showers out towards the west. Now, in terms of our temperatures, we'll find the highest out and the best of that sunshine on the eastern side of the North Island. Highs here of 21, 22 degrees Celsius towards Gisborne and Napier, and overnight temperatures a little bit cooler than we'll see tonight. Down on the South Island, there's a fair bit of activity as we head through the daytime. A fair number of showers sticking with that western coast throughout the daytime. Some of those fairly heavy, perhaps thundery, especially through the afternoon. On the eastern side, we'll find the showers down through parts of Southland and Otago first off. As we head through the afternoon, running up through Canterbury, some of those, again, could bring with them the risk of thunder and hail, perhaps around the likes of, say, Banks Peninsula and the southern parts of Canterbury. By the evening time, those northern areas of Canterbury will catch the showers. You can see those some clearer skies behind it. Worth saying though, we have still got that risk of some snowfall about places like Linders Pass, Crown Range Road and the Milford Road right the way through Tuesday. So just take extra care and extra caution on the roads through there. As we go to look at our temperatures, a real contrast from places like Christchurch, where it's 18 degrees Celsius, and Mount Cook just struggling into around about 9 or so, and a cold night following in with that cold southwesterly wind back up and across most of the island. Temperatures back down to about -1 for Queenstown, so a chilly old start to your day on Wednesday. Taking a look at how things pan out though for that second half of the week. Well, like I was saying, high pressure returns. And for many of us, that means a much more settled spell of weather. You can see for Wednesday, plenty of clear sky and dry weather across the North End, across the northern parts of the South End and down through Canterbury. Always a touch more cloud, I think, through parts of Buller down towards Westland. But I think generally dry through there. It's not really until you get towards those southern areas of Westland and Fiordland you start to find the showers. You can see for Thursday, it's a fairly similar story. That high pressure very much in control of the weather across the North End. Areas of cloud coming and going, especially across those western areas in towards Taranaki and Horowhenua. Well, out towards the eastern side, things generally stay dry and fine. It's the second half of the week, or even in towards the weekend, we'll be keeping a very close eye on this area of low pressure developing out across the Tasman Sea, which may well bring some more unsettled weather towards us here in New Zealand. So it's well worth keeping an eye on the forecast, especially for your weekend plans. And that's it from me. As always, you can find the latest updates, watches and warnings over at metservice.com.